Hello everyone, my name's Don and I'd like to talk with you today about ProSe forms. You're attending this mediation training today to become a Florida Supreme Court certified mediator. Some of you may offer pre-suit ProSe divorce mediations for your clients. That's what we're going to expand on in this presentation. As with any mediation process, the desired outcome is a settlement agreement. Once you achieve this step, what's next? You could send your clients to the Florida Supreme Court website to complete the necessary forms to be filed for themselves, or you could offer to help your clients complete the forms for a small additional fee. Let's face it, PDF files are a great way to distribute documents, but they're difficult to populate with data. You could complete the case documents by hand, or by using websites like floridacourts.org, or by trying to use programs like Adobe, Excel, or even a word processor. With ProSe Forms, you get a standalone Windows program that runs on your PC or laptop. It has a very simple user interface and requires you to enter the data just one time. Once you've entered the data, you select the documents you would like to print and send them out to your printer. Have the parties sign the documents and they're ready to be filed with the court. If you make a mistake, no problem. You can reprint a document at any time. Some of the advantages of using ProSe forms are the time saving by only having to enter your information one time. The process is simplified, errors are reduced, and calculations are correct. You'll produce accurate, professional-looking forms, and all of our forms are guaranteed to be accepted by all Florida courts. Okay, let's take a look at the program itself. When you first start ProSe Forms, it brings you to this screen. Now, to look at records that you already have in the system, just click the Browse button, highlight which record you're interested in, and then click the View button. This will take you into the Details screen. Now you'll notice everything is laid out in a pretty logical order. We have our case information, petitioner, respondent, children, marital assets, support, parenting plan, child support, other, and then the last tab is a summary of everything we would like the court to do as part of our final paperwork. To create a new record, just go back to the main menu, click the Create New Record button, and ProSe Forms will give you the new record identifier and let you know that you're going to go right into edit mode. It's pretty straightforward. Just answer the questions that are on the screen. Any of the boxes that have a drop-down arrow mean that there's a list already there filled in with data for you to use. It's a big time saver. So just go through and answer the data that it's requesting. When you're done, you'll just click the Save button, and that will save your work to this point. You can always go back and edit or make changes later if you forgot something or typed something wrong. That's one of the nice things about ProSe Forms, is you can always go back and make changes. So just work across the tabs, answer the data that it's asking for, such as your petitioner name, address, and personal information, respondent name, address, personal information, the children information, assets, so on and so forth. Once you're done, click the Save button, and then you can continue working through the other tabs. On the Children tab, we would enter information about any minor children that would apply to this case. Child name, date of birth, place of birth, sex, social security number, and other pertinent questions. There's also a place to put in the child resident history so that you can have that populated on the required forms when you go to print. Once we're done entering our data, financial information, and other data such as the number of overnight stays for children, we're ready to print forms. To do this, from the Case Details screen, simply click on the Print button. A Windows Print dialog window will appear with your default printer listed at the very top. There is a pull-down box so you can select different printers attached to your computer. Next, select which documents you would like to print. In this example, we're going to print a petition, the UCCJEA, and a Child Support Guidelines worksheet. The Preview button will allow us to see a quick rendering of what our final document is going to look like. Now keep in mind we printed 3 documents here, so they're stacked up back to back with 21 pages total. If we would like to zoom in and get a closer look at our pages, you can use the Zoom button. Use the Page button to go through each page of the combined document. Now you'll notice on our Child Support Guideline worksheet, our calculations are already done for us. All the Florida Supreme Court data is already loaded in the system to do these calculations. Once you're satisfied with your preview, simply click the Print button to send it to your printer. When you're done printing, you should have a professional-looking complete set of forms that are ready for your client's signature. Now keep in mind that our forms are guaranteed to be accepted by your local court, because after all, these are verbatim Florida Supreme Court forms. You're probably wondering how much ProSe forms cost. Well, our list price is $5.98, and keep in mind that you do not need any additional software to run this program. This also includes 1 year of updates, form changes from the Supreme Court, and unlimited tech support. But for our attendees at the mediation training today, we're offering a 30% discount, which will bring your price down to $418.60 if you purchase within the next week. Visit our website, proseforms.com, for complete details on how to order. And if you have any questions at all about the program, don't hesitate to contact us through the website.